Now this is what I like to see. This episode was definitely 100 times better than the last episode. I was not bored this episode, and I am glad I listened to a lot of you to tell me to stick around. This episode was freaking hilarious. It had good moments. There was some parts I was just staring at the screen blankly, but there was good moments that made me laugh. For instance, freaking Haku and Hoozuki. I mean, wow, those character interactions were definitely great. Haku getting introduced into the main cast of characters was definitely a plus, and it will definitely spice up this series and make it more entertaining value, since now Hoozuki actually has a rival and someone to argue with, and someone that's just pretty much two of the same people with different type of personalities. It really makes it unique and interesting, and I cannot wait to see these two characters interact more in the series. Now, pretty much this episode, the plot is kind of stretched thin, like very thin, like one freaking thread of hair pretty much thin. But besides that, I like the character introductions in the episode, the way the animation style was done, and there's a lot of low moments. Pretty much the episode entirely focused on Haku and Hoozuki just getting introduced together and getting to see how their rivalry even formed from a freaking wager. A wager on who has the biggest freaking cup size. I was like, what? 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 It just, okay. And pretty much they're sitting down and Snowy's like, we got freaking Haku says, okay, I'm at the next one, so-and-so. Hoozuki, okay, I'll say the lesser one is. And so a freaking big, a transgender just comes out of the freaking doorway, and then they think, was that a guy? Or was that a girl? They couldn't figure it out. And there's where the rivalry started. And they hated each other for over 1,000 years. I was like, what? You hate each other over 1,000 years over something like that? And I like that. That was a really interesting introduction to their characters and how their rivalry formed. I had a lot of lulls to that. And what makes this even better of an episode, what made me actually have a lot of enjoyment with it, is that you find out Hoozuki actually had no work that day. Pretty much he's on break. And that he worked too hard for the past 2 days, so he was off. And really, come to find out, he used his off time when he was on break to dig a freaking hole from heaven down to the mundane world to freaking hell. I was like, who does that? Who digs 6 hours straight to do something like that just for a simple joke like Haku stepping on a freaking little section on his floor and just falling straight to hell? I was like, whoa, whoa, that was freaking hilarious. And then the entire reaction faces Hoozuki basically getting compared to Haku, and he got freaking Enma-san. He's like, see, I kindly use it sometimes to really make Hoozuki mad. Basically, that's what Enma-san, he would call him like he looks like Haku. And so, Hoozuki retaliates by throwing a freaking pencil through a marble wall. And then he got Emma comment on it, which made it 10 times better as a joke. He's like, holy crap, now he's throwing ball pins through freaking marble. I was like, oh damn, I don't want to make freaking Hoozuki mad. Pretty much, this episode was really enjoyable for me. I actually enjoyed it a lot. If they can keep up this level of comedy and make it a lot better and continue on to try to add some form of plot, this series has a lot going for it then. So, pretty much, I want to stick with it. It won me back as a watcher, and so I will stay with it for now to see how it goes. And I like it, the course it's going, and hopefully, like I said, they stick to it. Tell me what y'all thought about this episode. Were you bored with it? Did you enjoy it? Did you get laughs like I did? Let me all know in the comments below. Y'all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please stay safe. Chibi out.